welcome back here with us on Urban Debate on Mirror Now. And this once-in-a-lifetime pandemic has changed our lives completely. Not just consultations with doctors, even daily shopping that we do from local kirana stores or vegetable vendors, the direct interface is going down, digital footprint is going up. No doubt, this has brought convenience, but the threat of cyber attack has gone up as well. According to National Crime Records Bureau of India, more than 50,000 cybercrime cases were reported in 2020 alone. Fraudsters are adopting innovative ways to dupe people, making it very, very difficult for the investigators to catch them and to solve cases. In fact, as per a latest report in Mumbai this year, from January to October 31st, only 15% of the cyber cases were solved. Why is the rate so low? Why is it taking so much of time for the investigators to be able to solve these cyber fraud cases, the crimes that are going up continuously? We are joined by Amit Dubey, who is a very well-known cyber expert. He's with us on the broadcast this evening. Amit Dubey, thank you for joining us here on Mirror Now. Why is it getting so difficult for the investigators to really catch the people who commit cyber frauds?
So I think, the problem is at three levels. Investigation, you are right, investigation is very slow because they get lots of cases every day. If I give you a figure, in Noida itself in a year, we received almost 3,000 plus cybercrime cases, and out of which only 100 plus cases were investigated successfully. So because there are too many cases and too few investigators, hardly 6-7 people in a cyber cell, it becomes too difficult to actually sort out each and every case. Moreover, the second level challenge that they face in court, because most of these prosecutions were failed at court because of not having enough evidences against the criminal. They get some evidences, but our law is not that strong that with secondary evidences we can frame a criminal and we can take it to the conclusion. So that is another challenge. And moreover, the process that is involved in doing this digital forensic is very complicated, and not every cyber cell has those sort of tools and technologies. They need to clone the data, they need to create multiple clones and then hash the data, preserve it with full chain custody. Then only they can present it to the court. And by the time they take it to the court, all these processing, or there are loopholes because people get changed and not everyone is aware about these processes. Eventually, the other lawyer, he takes advantage of these hoops. Because if they have missed out any such process during investigation or preserving the evidences, it will go in favor of criminals and they'll take the advantage of it. So these are two primary challenges that we see. And the other challenge is increasing cybercrime. It is exponentially increasing. If you just see the numbers, I think Maharashtra has done better than others. If you compare it with other states, it may be further lower than, like, if you compare it with any other North Indian state, I guess. Telangana and Maharashtra, they have taken some initiatives to modernize their police stations. And I think that is the reason they are still growing in terms of percentage of solving or concluding these cases. Still, the prosecution is low. If you see the prosecution, it is too low, and that is also an advantage to criminals because they are confident. They are taking they take it very in favor of them, and they are not giving up. So every time we catch a criminal, we find that the same criminal is doing the crime again and again. He's repeating the crime because he knows that he'll eventually be get rid of with all these prosecution problems.
But Mr. Dubey, now with this increase in number of such frauds, what is your advice to the viewers who are watching you right now, the viewers of Mirror Now? How can they protect themselves in a scenario like this when most of our work is happening online, the transactions, everything is happening online, and the government is promoting that too?
Yeah, see, modus operandi are changing every day. So if I can give you some do's and don'ts, it may not be applicable as it is in due course of time. Or I can just give you some over view of these kind of crimes that happen because of some human mistake. Because we trust of the other person who is calling us. We believe or trust the other person who is a friend, who is our friend on Facebook or any social media platform. So I think that is the biggest reason. We eventually do mistake from our side. That is the reason we lose money. So if we can become little conscious about those things, having said that, applying all those security provisions like multi-factor authentication in every social media platforms or even in WhatsApp. So recently we have seen, this is the very latest modus operandi, that because of your voicemail feature, criminals are able to hack your WhatsApp. And nobody normally use a voicemail. Because of that, their default password is same, which is given by the telecom operator. And that is the reason the voicemail is hacked easily. And all these OTPs that you used to receive on SMS, now they come on mobile call. And then the call is recorded through voicemail and anybody can listen those calls. So that is the reason WhatsApp is getting hacked or Gmail is hacking it, or all of the social media platforms, those are even multi-factor authenticated. So earlier we used to say that please don't share your OTP or please don't click on a link. But now, because they have adapted a new modus operandi, I think every time we need to, we get a new modus operandi, we need to make people aware about it. And that awareness should go through police. That awareness should go to those platforms. Those are vulnerable because of these modus operandi. So even Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, they need to make this aware. Suffering, they are losing their followers. I get lots of such complaints from celebrities that their Instagram is hacked and then eventually they lose their followers. Or Facebook is hacked or email IDs are hacked. So I think this awareness should go multifold. It should not be responsibility of only police or any such school or college. It has to be taken in a very larger way, and it should reach to the end point. It should reach to that people who are suffering. Even if whatever level of awareness is there, I'm quite sure that not each and everyone is aware of these kind of modus operandi. So I think awareness is the solution, and continuous awareness, because these methods are changed every time. So I run a radio show, I run lots of such physical campaigns, but despite of that, I feel it's not enough. It's not enough. India is a big country, and the way we are growing in terms of digital transactions, we are actually creating opportunities for criminals. And with this awareness only, we can reduce it to a great extent.
All right, Mr. Amit Dubey, thank you very much for joining us here on Mirror Now and telling our viewers how they need to be extremely cautious. And of course, from the government side, more awareness is needed so that people don't fall prey to these kind of cyber frauds. Thank you for joining us.